Hello everyone, welcome to today's class, and today's title is Pokemon-Playing Police. Let's move on to language focus. 1번. However, a couple of officers who didn't seem to have their priorities quite right have been in the news lately. Okay, so as you can see, I highlighted didn't seem to. Alright, so how do we use this? Use didn't seem to, or don't seem to express somebody apparently doesn't do something. Notice that it is not possible to say seem, doesn't, don't. Yeah, that's extremely wrong. It's also very awkward. Okay, so in reality, it is very similar to Korea's like momo hako katta. All right. It does change a little bit, but it appears that they have not done it. 안 한 줄 알았어요. I thought they did it. 근데 안 했습니다. They didn't do it. It appears that they didn't do it. Example, let's say I asked somebody to give me, I asked somebody to do a task for me, and it looks the same. 아마 안 했을 것 같아요. I don't think they did it. So if we look at the examples, we could say, Taku doesn't seem to agree with what Toshiko said. 타쿠는 토시코의 말에 동의하지 않은 것 같아요. They don't seem to agree. It looks like they don't agree. Very similar to like looks like as well. Those don't seem to know each other. Those two don't seem to know each other. 둘은 서로 모르는 사이인 것 같아요. So those two people, they look uncomfortable and they don't seem to know each other. These two don't know each other. Yeah, it's wrong, completely wrong. Do not use don't after seem. So like I said, it's kind of similar to appear like or to look like. All right. Okay, now let's move on to 2번. This should be 2번, not 1번. Okay. Why is that not working for me? All right. A captain from the LAPD who was on his way to the robbery call also noticed them as they passed by the officers and wondered why they weren't not responding to the call. Okay, so I've highlighted wondered why, but we're going to focus on a few different wonder plus, like example, who, what, and where. Okay? So when we say wonder who, basically we're saying 궁금하다. Well, wonder is to be 궁금하다, right? So if I say, let me show you what I prepared earlier. Okay, so here's what I prepared earlier. Wonder who. 누군지 궁금하다. Wonder what. 뭔지 궁금하다. Wonder where. 어디든지 궁금하다. 어떻게 하는지 궁금하다. Wonder how. This is what we're sort of talking about in these sort of situations. So if we look at our example sentence, I sometimes wonder how people lived without computers or mobile phones before. So 나는 가끔 사람들이 예전 컴퓨터나 휴대폰 없이 어떻게 살았는지 궁금해진다. So that sounds like somebody who is very young, because I lived with computers, but they weren't exactly anything special back then. But yes, it sounds like a young Gen Zer who said that. Or, I wonder where I put my keys. I can't find them. 열쇠는 어디 뒀는지 모르겠어요. 어디에도 없어요. So, I wonder where. 어디인지 궁금하다. I wonder how. 어떻게 하는지 궁금하다. That's how we use it. Alright, now let's move on to the language focus quiz. 1번. Doesn't seem to like very much. Alright, so remember we are focusing for the first one on doesn't seem. So remember doesn't seem is like similar to where is it? To look like or to appear like. Alright? Okay. So, what can we say here? Let's try with she doesn't seem to like him very much. 그녀는 그를 별로 좋아하지 않은 것 같아요. Maybe they were on a blind date, a 소개팅, and she doesn't seem to like him very much. 2번. I don't seem to know much about, let's say, mathematics, because it's true. It's very difficult. I don't seem to know much about mathematics. 나는 수학에 대해 잘 모르는 것 같아요. Which is sort of true. Let me just zoom out. Okay, wonder why. Wonder why. Wonder how. Remember, wonder why. Did we say wonder why? Oh no, we didn't. So we'd say like wonder why. Wonder why is basically 궁금하다, right? It's just I'm curious. 왜 뭐 그렇지, etc. etc. So I wonder why nobody came to the party. So 왜 아무도 파티 오지 않았는지 궁금하다. Alright. And 4번. A lot of people wonder how to live their life happily. So 많은 사람들이 행복하게 사는 방법에 대해 궁금합니다. I think a lot of people do, yes. Okay, so now let's move on to the further discussion. 1번. Do you have friends or any friends who got addicted to Pokemon Go? Why did they like it? 여러분은 포켓몬고에 중독된 친구가 있어요? 그들은 왜 포켓몬고를 그렇게 좋아했을까요? Not that I know of, actually. I know my wife's friends really liked it, and they were also really into collecting those Pokemon stickers as well. Like I mentioned before, why it was so popular is because there were rare items and it was free, I think. Collecting something for free and then having rare items and something to brag about might be something that people enjoy. I personally don't. Pokemon was really popular when I was younger with Pokemon cards and Pokemon games. But Pokemon Go for me, or any of my friends around me, wasn't something that was very popular. 2번. If a police officer is fired from one city's police department, do you think they should still be allowed to take a job as a police officer in a different city? Why or why not? 경찰관이 한 도시의 경찰에서 해고된다면 당신은 그들이 여전히 다른 도시의 경찰관으로서 취업을 갖도록 허용되어야 한다고 생각하나요? Why not? It just depends on what they did. If it was something very serious, I think they shouldn't be allowed in the police force ever again. If it was for playing Pokemon Go, I don't think that's a big deal. I think it's just stupid, and it could be a warning that you shouldn't do it ever again. And if they don't stop, then maybe they shouldn't be police officers. Yeah, I think in this situation, they shouldn't be allowed because there was an emergency. If they get caught on the job just playing it and there's no emergency, I would probably give them a slap on the wrist. But yeah, other than that, not really. I think it's fine if it's something small, but obviously very big, fired, of course. All right, so that wraps it up for today, and I'll see you on the next class.
Set priorities.
Set priorities.
Put something on the back burner.
Put something on the back burner.
Addictive.
Addictive.
In progress.
In progress.
Coveted.
Coveted.
Dash cam.
Dash cam.